Hello again everybody, and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the WinWing FCU for Microsoft Flight Simulator and other sims as well, coming very soon indeed. And in this video we'll be comparing it against the MiniCockpit MiniFCU. So hit like, hit subscribe, share your thoughts down in the comments section below. Currently the WinWing FCU is available for pre-order at around about £100. In fact, it's priced with an early bird price in the UK of £102.95, and when it goes to full price that will lift up to £133.85. And WinWing will factor in things like the duty fees and things like that too, which is really quite nice. And that's an incredible price, bearing in mind the quality of the feel of the product and the size of it too, which is a 1-to-1 design replica of the real thing. Compare that against the MiniCockpit MiniFCU as we just get to the whole point here in Almeria, and that is including free shipping, but when you pay the duty fees, import tariffs and things like that, you're looking over £250 to £300 for that unit. And dare I say, beyond the size, there's not much difference between the two. Throughout this video we're going to take off, do a little bit of heading mode, and use some of the different modes and switches within the FCU itself, the main physical unit, and look at how it behaves in the Fenix directly. And we've got the SimApp Pro software installed for this bit of hardware to work properly. It's going to be compatible on release with the Fenix A320, the default A320neo, and the fly-by-wire A320X, giving us plenty of Airbus functionality in the sim. And from May onwards, we'll have plenty of X-plane compatibility as well. So the Talis A319 2021, their A340-600, the Flight Factor A320 Ultimate, P3D version 4 and 5 products, Flight Sim Labs products, and the Aerosoft A318 2021 in X-plane as well, all being compatible from May onwards when they update the product. So we're going to set initially 3000, and then we'll work from there, manage mode for heading and speed. But actually I'm going to pull that out now to set runway heading, and we're going to rotate to match. .253, that'll do. So having done that, we're going to set power, brakes off, flex, SRS, runway. A little bit of a crosswind for us today, keeping it interesting, 80 knots. D1, rotate. Up we go, positive rate. Gear up. So a little bit of manual control to begin with, and actually now if we get autopilot 1 engaged early, we can see how this unit is interacting with the Fenix A320. Lever climb. Just going to tick off a couple of bits as we climb out here. And in all my excitement, I forgot to turn the transponder on. Naughty me. Fixed. Okay. So flew flaps S. And actually now if I want to hold a speed, let's set 200. Like so. So the way that this clicks the dials, the rotary knobs, in comparison to the MiniCockpit, I actually find that that's harder to get my hand around because it's a smaller unit. But the push-pull is a really nice feel. This, however, being a newer or kind of bigger unit, is a little clunkier, but actually the feel of it is quite stunning. It's really nice. So if I command it now to go left 180, head out of the coast, it's reflected on the aeroplane perfectly there, really nicely. And actually hopefully you could see that at the same time if I zoom right on in. It's pretty much instantaneous. I can set 4,000 pull. Open climb is the mode. And away we go. If I want to then go to 210 knots, see how quick that is. And the whole unit is actually really, really well made. The plastic feels great. This expedite button just here, you can have interchangeable buttons. So if you want to have that as an expedite button or an LS button, for example, you can purchase the button specific to this to customize it precisely how you want it. The little 100 knob down there snaps in the sim as well, so you can change between the two modes, and the autopilot buttons switch between the modes as well. So everything works, everything's simulated really nicely. Within this menu here, so this is the SimApp Pro program that's running in the background, and you can see what all of the different functions are doing. You can actually change the screen backlight or the backlight functions to make it a bit muter. So if you find that it's a bit too bright, then actually you can tweak it, refresh the screen brightness. And sometimes when it boots up, it will go to maximum brightness, which is 200, or you can just set 150-ish, and you can set a much nicer backlighting. And actually, that's a really nice bit of backlighting there from them. Let's keep going. Left. 100 degrees. How's the aeroplane doing? Looking pretty good. Ground spoiler's disarmed. And we're going to shoot an ILS just to show you guys that. It comes with a user manual, and as we mentioned before, that button there, you can purchase solid colour keycaps, so we've got the solid colour one there. Expedite, alt style caps as well, so you can pick different options, and that will be a feature that you can enjoy in the future. Just at the top of this as well, you can see a bit of a lip here. It's a native glare shield. Eventually their architecture will allow for an EFIS to go left and right as well on the edge of the glare shield. And one thing that I've noticed is quite a difference there. So that's the MiniCockpit MiniFCU connector port. And actually, if I just pull that off the sticky pads, that's the port for the WinWing FCU. So in my mind, slightly better engineered compared to MiniCockpit's MiniFCU, and there's a whole host of panel mounting options there, so you can create sort of panel mounts. There's loads of options for panel mounts. I've popped the mounts, the brackets like so, but you can also put them on the side, or if you've got big cockpit, sort of home cockpit kind of design, you can also fit them to that as well. Really narrow unit, very neat in comparison to that quite deep MiniCockpit MiniFCU. Okay, so moving to the approach then. We're going to go to open descent 2000. We're going to go to managed mode. Broke my sticky pads, which is why that moved a little bit. So we go back to yellow dot speed, and that's decelerating the aeroplane in the correct mode there. So that's the two panels matching again. And we're down towards 2000. For me, the build quality of the WinWing FCU, bearing in mind its price, is what stands out to me the most. It's significantly better sort of quality slash value when you blend the two together and you consider the two. I think what they've managed to pull off here is a remarkable bit of work. We're at 180 now, so we want to set flaps 1, and I'll pull now to select 180. Down we go, and we're going to go left towards the final approach. And the way that it's clicking is actually quite nice. It's really intuitive. It's precisely how you want it to behave in the sim as well, and because of that it's quite predictable. And I actually prefer this to the MiniCockpit MiniFCU, which is double the price compared to that. So that's ticking every single box so far. And bearing in mind this is a pre-release version, and I've had a couple of issues with hardware. What they've been able to do with their customer support in their live chat is offer me an up-to-date driver, and they've been really supportive. So I've got to say, in that sense as well, the customer service side of things, I've got no complaints. I've been quite impressed with what they've been able to do with that as well. We're going to step to 2000. We'll get on final approach, and I'll show you guys the ILS. Okay, beginning the turn inbound, so you can see everything in action.
Terrain ahead.
Disregards.
Terrain ahead.
We'll keep coming. 300 degrees. To automatically put the terrain on the nav display there, which is something I find really cool with the Fenix A320. Set 280. It's going to give us our 30-degree intercept. And now, on the bottom here, approach button, armed. So I'm going to hold 180, because it seems certainly like a bit of a good idea actually at this point in time. We're just going to watch the aeroplane commit to our approach. Almeria Airport's just over there. So we've done vectors, we've done open climb, back into managed modes as well, and we've gone heading select into managed heading modes, and we've done speed, selected speed and managed speed. We're now doing an ILS approach as well, which you guys can see in action as we speak. Just activated that on the first officer's display as well. And there's the ILS. So having just used the WinWing FCU, we've pretty much done most of this automated section of flight, which is really impressive. And now, activate autopilot 2, that goes online, 180, let's bring it down to 160. Set gear down on the Honeycomb Bravo, and we'll go flap 2. Now of course, speed Mac, heading versus track as well, that changes the modes, as you can see, and as does metric altitude as well. So if you want to use metric and fly around China, you can press that, it will trigger that, and if you push to level off, the aeroplane will do exactly that. But there you go, the WinWing FCU for Microsoft Flight Simulator and other simulators as well, a new product from them into the civilian aviation world. The links for it are in the description. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit like, hit subscribe, share your thoughts down in the comments section below, and I'll see you in a live stream very soon. Take care, thanks for watching.